Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. It's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now, this defense for the Lions, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. You talk about this Lions defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But at this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. The Bears at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll go again with Herbert. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Two yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
2nd and 5. Willis. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Moore, the man in motion. They're going option play on 3rd down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, 1st down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window. In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Now Willis. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Aiden Hutchinson able to record his 5th sack of the season. We're scoreless after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
Well, of course, you want to find the end zone, but, you know, you go on the road, you get 3 points. I think you take it.
Yeah, pretty good start to the day for them, don't you think? Right? You go out there, get the 3 points. Now, look, it's not going to silence this crowd, but it might take a little bit of steam out of them right off the top.
And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And the first possession isn't until the 2nd quarter, but what's nice about it, it's only down 3. So what you sell your team on is, look, 1 possession, 1 drive, we put it in the end zone. We're in the lead in this game. Let's go, guys.
Now a first down throw. Goff. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Goff now to throw. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Here's Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that may get lost in the grand scheme of things, but one thing's for sure. You certainly don't want to go 3 and out to start the game. So that's a nice job of finding the right play call and coming up with a first down.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. Goff now looks to throw. That's caught by Marquez Callaway. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 45-yard line. 15 yards there for number 15. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. This pass from Goff to Everett, the tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown, Detroit! Gerald Everett, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw, Willis. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Willis. This ball down the field for Pitts. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially to skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in. Their own territory. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a 1-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Flush to his right. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Here's Fields. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Goff. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Here's Goff. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. But no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. So here are the Lions to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Goff. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Goff. That is caught by Callaway. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The 22 more yards there and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
2nd down and 6 now. Goff now looking to throw. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 21. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Goff going to shift him around. Here's the former Bear. This is David Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. To throw is Goff. Throw left side, caught by Laporta. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. On the defensive end, Cameron Sutton with a tackle. Here's a 2nd and 5. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, it's Taylor. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now Fields going to keep it running left. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. all runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Fields. He'll buy some time right. That pass complete to Moore. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Dang, man, I guess we're looking at the wrong side right here.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So what can the Bears do here as they'll go for 2? Fields trying to throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Time for another look at this Lions offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now a give to Taylor. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Moore, the motion man right. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. On the option left is Fields.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th.
Here's 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Second and goal from the 1.
Taylor will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Charles, what a big drive late in the 4th quarter to take this lead.
And normally you're really excited if your offense has the ball late in the game. But I think this crew is really excited to have their defense go back out there because they haven't surrendered a point in the 4th quarter yet. They've helped make this comeback possible with their defensive play. Now they get a chance to finish this game off.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3.
They'll let Taylor try and run.
And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
So here's Goff and the Lions.
Down 17-14, a little over 50 seconds remaining. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Goff.
Able to complete it to Montgomery.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now it's Goff. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
Goff now to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this will be caught at the 30. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. And they will get the timeout. So 3 seconds remaining, and they can trot out the field goal unit and try to send this one to overtime. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past...
So the Lions now, they'll get the first crack at things here in overtime as we are back underway. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Goff. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Goff. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense had got 2 timeouts, maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
We'll play only the 1 overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down.
Off play action. Here's Goff. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in over.